Hey everyone, my name is Sam.
And I'm Melissa.
And welcome back.
Today we are going to just have some fun and share some funny stories. He had some people who know some of his funny stories request a couple of these. But obviously when you are raised with a bunch of brothers, no electronics, no video games, and a lot of time to yourself, you end up in a little bit of mischief.
Yeah.
So, sometimes. Every once in a while, right?
It happened once or twice.
So I guess one of the first stories that you should probably tell them about is, what was it like riding your bike everywhere around town?
Well, good. It was the it was the means of transportation out there. So we would ride our bikes all over the place, and not always the safest though. Well, just because we were crazy, that's all. But so one experience that I had on my bike was my bike versus a car. Yeah.
That's not a good idea. For all those that are at home, don't ever play chicken, right?
Don't play the game of chicken with a car if you're riding a bike. Don't do it. Don't do it at home or anywhere else.
How old were you when you played chicken with a car?
Oh man, I was probably about 15, I would say. 15,
old enough
16,
to know better.
Right
Am I right?
There.
Am I right? Okay. Yeah. So why don't you tell?
Yeah, so one day I was heading across town on my bike, and I get to the top of this hill, and I'm about to head down the hill, and it's it's on one of the main streets in town. It's still a small street, but it's the main street. And I see down the road a vehicle coming up, and I recognize this video, and I said, "Oh, hey, I know that guy." So I swerved at him, and he swerved back, and we're having a little fun. And we started getting a little bit too close for swerving back and forth, and so we both decided at the same time, okay, let's get out of here. Let's abandon ship here. This is getting a little too dangerous. So we both swerved out of the way at the same time, but we swerved out of the way the same way. so just head-on collision with a car. So my bike, my knees hit first. I just plowed right into the hood of that thing. I can't imagine being the driver. That would have been a loud thud. But he was obviously very, very concerned. But I hit it. My bike went flying over top of me. My head hit the hood, and obviously, a teenage kid. I tried to walk it off and pretend like I was just fine, and nothing really happened, and then sat on a couch for 6 weeks. Yeah.
Because they don't have the same medical attention. Like, if one of our kids got hit by a car, I'd be like, to the ER, get you checked out.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I might be a little bit overly protective, but still, did you see a doctor at all?
No. I just, my knees were swollen up though. They were huge, and I just sat there on a couch for it took me about 6 weeks before I could walk again. Man, it was brutal, but
oh my gosh.
But I survived. I learned my lesson. Don't ever play chicken with a car if you're riding a bike.
Yeah, so that's a good first lesson. Number 1, don't play chicken with a car when you're on a bike, because you will lose.
Most definitely, unless you're really big and made of steel or something.
One of the other stories that we had requested you tell was about fireworks.
Oh boy!
Now in Hilldale, Colorado City, a long time ago, they used to have fireworks celebrations and stuff for 4th of July. It was big. Warren Jeffs stopped that, but it used to be that they had big celebrations and they had fireworks. But were you allowed to have fireworks at home?
No.
And what happened when you were a rebel and did it anyways?
What? No, so yes, you're right. We did have fireworks out there in the community. Those were allowed, but it was a display put on by the fire department. So it was very controlled, and anyways, it was very you had to have permission to have fireworks, firecrackers of any kind.
Yeah.
And so no, it was not allowed, especially at our house. It was not allowed at all to have any type of firecracker, firework. But of course, we would travel for work, and we would often find ourselves in St. George, Utah, and surrounding cities. So we would stop, my brothers and I, and get some fireworks. During that time of year. Of course, we were young boys. We wanted to have some fireworks and have some fun. So we took them home, and we were lighting them off in the backyard. Very discreet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no one's going to notice.
No one, yeah.
4 mothers, 1 father, bunch of older siblings.
Yeah. So believe it or not, we got caught. We got caught with our fireworks. And we were all brought up, all of us brothers were brought up to the living room where Father was sitting down. And I don't remember if all of the mothers were there or just a couple of them, but there were mothers involved. And we were sitting there, and it was probably for a good 45 minutes. Just on and on and on about how important it was that we understood that firecrackers were just way too dangerous. They're not allowed whatsoever on the premises or just anywhere in general. We weren't supposed to have them at all.
Yeah, and you guys have to realize too, like for Father to get involved, that's when like real trouble was happening. So I mean, mothers would discipline, but then like when you were being really naughty, that's when Father would get involved.
When he got involved,
a 45-minute lecture from Father means you're in big trouble.
Yeah, we knew we were in big trouble. And so we sat there, and of course, like good boys, we were very, alert, and we're just, yes, I understand. Yeah, I totally get it. We shouldn't do this. And yeah, so we talked for quite a while. We all agree, okay, we won't do it. And we had a 2-story house, and we were in the living room, which was upstairs, and the living room was right above the flight of stairs. So you walk out of the living room right to the flight of stairs and walk down into the basement. And as we're walking down, I pull a black cat firecracker out of my pocket and my lighter. And I'm just playing around with my brothers, and I'm like, hey, check this out, just joking. I don't know what I was thinking, but right after this, it was just 5 seconds after we walk out of the lecture, and so I'm playing around, and I get a little bit too close with my playing around, and the fuse of that black cat starts on fire. It lights up, and. Those things, I don't know if you have experienced black cat firecrackers, but those things are loud.
Especially in a house.
Oh my gosh, they're loud outside. Inside, it's like ears ringing all around. It's very loud. So I obviously see this, and I freak out. I'm like, oh no. So I throw it on the ground, and we all just kind of disperse. And just bang right after. Instantly, the father was still sitting in the living room with the mothers. And just the loudest bang. Oh man. My brothers were all laughing their heads off as they ran away. But you can imagine, I got into some big trouble.
I was going to say, what was your punishment for that?
I don't know exactly what it was, honestly. I don't remember.
It was so bad that he had to block it from his memory. No, I'm just
exactly.
kidding.
maybe the black cat knocked me out. It was so loud. No, but I don't remember. I know that it was definitely a punishment. Honestly, though, I think Father was probably chuckling inside, even though he was very stern, because that was just too soon. Too soon. So, yeah, that was a story about the firecracker, and it was.
Don't light black cats in the house, and don't play chicken on your bike with cars. That is the public service announcement that we would like to make for today.
Yes.
And if you want to hear more stories of Sam getting into mischief, or about how and why he left polygamy and what it was like growing up in polygamy, then please like and subscribe to our videos. And we will talk to y'all soon.
We'll talk to you soon.